Hey, this video is actually for the parents, really. We've gone into lessons that teach mental math strategies that Singapore's kind of built upon. And I wanted to explain them because it's not like the math we were taught. And it can get really confusing, especially if your kids come home and they're trying to explain what they did and you just don't know what they're talking about. So hopefully this will kind of give you an example of the kinds of things we're doing. I have stressed to them to try to memorize the math facts up to 10. So like 6 and 4 makes 10, 5 and 5 is 10, 8 and 2 is 10. If they have these memorized, it's going to help a lot as we move forward. Really all the math facts that are equal less than 10, like 2 and 3 is 5, 4 and 5 is 9. If they can have those just put to memory and not have to count up for each time they add those numbers below 10, it's going to really help to speed things up and make things a lot easier on them. This lesson was done assuming that they do have those facts memorized, and I know we're still working on some of them, but I want to show this to you. All I did was I took 2 ice cube trays and then I covered it with index cards so that it's 10 spaces. You can use egg cartons and cut it off so there's 10 in each one. That will work too. You also, instead of this, I've used goldfish. Sometimes if you need to mix it up and make it fun, use something edible, use whatever. Something bright is the best against the white. It sounds silly, but the more senses you can utilize, then the more they're going to remember it. This is what we did in class yesterday. Basically I showed a visual representation of 9 and then a visual representation of another number like 3, and they were able to look at this and see that 9 plus 3 is 12 without having to count up on their fingers or on a number line or anything else. And we worked with this a lot. We started with 9 and broke it down to explain what their brain is doing. What their brain is doing is it's taking the smaller number, like 4, and it's taking whatever is needed to make this larger number a 10. Because if they can make this larger number a 10, 10 plus 3 is easy to add in your head. It's 13. So what they have to do is they have to take this 4 and say, you know what, we need one of these from the 4 for this to be a 10. So 9 plus 4 is 13. We do this in our heads, but we don't realize, you have to actually learn that skill. Now, here's an example, 8 plus 5. They were able to see there's 2 empty spaces. You have to take 2 from the 5 to make this a 10. Again, you don't write this out. This is just teaching a mental math strategy that can be used. And so 8 and 5 is 13. And after we worked some of these problems, they got to where they didn't have to physically move these pieces over to think about it. And we showed these problems in a different form by writing it out, like 8 plus 5. And don't let this confuse you too much. If you see number bonds, all it's doing is going, well, the 5, we need to break this up into a 2 and a 3. Again, this is just something that is a mental math strategy. It's not something that has to be done. But like with my boys, they started doing this in 1st grade, so now they can add larger numbers really way easier than I can. So by breaking the 5 and viewing it in your mind as a 2 and a 3, the 2 is combined with the 8 to make a 10, and you can easily add 10 and 3 in your head, making the answer 13.